Challenge Cup final history, as do Wigan. They both had plenty of confidence. Castleford had that fella, Luke Gale, back from injury. We thought he was going to be missing, but he's not. He's playing today. And that's a big boost for them. And that man on the end there, Sean O'Loughlin for Wigan, it's a big boost for them as well. The young mascots enjoying their moment here. There'll be an element of nervousness from both sides' point of view, because it's a huge opportunity. Hull, Wakefield, Warrington, already there. The draw, to remind you, straight after we finished here, the draw for the semi-final. But in time-honoured words, will it be Wigan or will it be Castleford who join them? So here is the way they are lining up today. Wigan, Sam Tompkins and brother Joel return to the starting 17, or at least Sam starts, Joel is on the bench. Sean O'Loughlin's inclusion after a month out with a leg injury is a massive boost. He's such an important cog in that Wigan machine. Sean Wayne, the coach. There's the referee, Chris Campbell. He's new to the ranks of senior referees, but he's making a good reputation for him.
Let's go, pal, stay behind.
Castleford, by the way, Luke Gale, not named in the 19-man squad earlier, but they'll be relieved he's recovered from the ankle injury to play today. They've got a back row as well in Moores and McMeekan, which is arguably as good as anything in the game at the moment. Castleford with the early touch here, so let's get the early views of Brian Noble and Jonathan Davis.
Well, 2 away to me and Hole for 2. Hole.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Coming to this stadium is always very difficult, but you know, having watched Castleford a lot, they're playing with a lot of confidence, and it'll be a huge boost for them that Luke Gale is playing. He's a little general, orchestrates everything for them around the pitch. Well, that's important. But also, as you mentioned, Dave, Sean O'Loughlin does so much work for this Wigan side. He's the link between forwards and backs. He's very, very creative and scores a lot of tries.
Well, Castleford won't be worried about coming here and playing. They've got a terrific record, and the brand of football they've played this year, they've got so much belief. They've got 3 world-class players of their own out of this team at the moment, but it doesn't seem to have affected them. It'd be interesting to see an early touch here from Sam Tompkins, what influence he will have on the game.
Well, one of those who casual observers of Castleford will look at this team and go, what is Grant Millington playing in the halves today? But we've seen him several times now in the halves. We saw him in the last round, of course, against Salford when he was outstanding that day.
But when he plays prop forward, he plays like a standoff. He makes the yardage well, he offloads, takes the ball to the line.
Drive inside the Castleford half.
Hold it! Hold! Go, 5.
Powell at dummy half. Back it comes to Smith, who puts it high. Monaghan is underneath it. Joel Monaghan, once of Warrington, of course, where he had plenty of Challenge Cup success and experience.
Well, that was an easy catch from Monaghan, and they need to kick it a little bit better than that to Wigan if they're going to put this Castleford team under pressure. Both teams today, the kicking game will be vitally important, because trapdoor football, you don't come back next week to play this game again, so you've got to get it right on the day.
Was a late change to the Castleford side, as advertised. Greg Minikin has come in place of Jake Webster. Very, very late change to that Castleford team. So there was an element of disruption before they even start.
Yeah, that's a big blow for Castleford, because Webster's been on terribly good form, and Dennis Solomon has been playing the benefits of what Jake Webster's been doing for him on the centre.
He's a great foil, and you know, reminds me of the Darren Wright, Martin O'Fire days. You know, Martin would get all the accolades, of course, as he should, the tries he scored, but Darren Wright is to put him over for a number of tries, and the wingers have great confidence from that you know, centre-wing partnership. So big blow for Castleford. But they've got a very, very dangerous back three. I think it's 2 magnificent back threes, full back and 2 wings on both sides, and the quality of finishing is very, very high if the opportunities will be there for them.
I just remember you're in Wigan, by the way, Jiffy. I think Gene Miles and Martin O'Fire is the... Oh, here's a chance now for the winger Manfredi to stretch that Castleford defence. He stopped, 5 tackles gone. Here comes the last. Sam Tompkins spinning it back to Matty Smith. Smith behind the line, but it's Monaghan and Crooks who are there together to collect and safely bring it away. Damien Johnson, what news have you got from the touchline?
Just an update on that story about Jake Webster, Dave. He's been struggling with a hamstring injury all week. He's tweaked it again in the warm-up, so Greg Minican comes in, recently on loan at John Keir's Batley. A big day for him.
It is. He actually made his debut over the Easter period for Castleford against Leeds, and he made a very early impact. He scored a couple of tries. He went to Catalan. He scored a couple of tries on his birthday in Catalan the week after as well. Young lad from York. So he won't be fazed by this today. Castleford not fazed either as they bring it forward here through Massey, who takes it just inside that Wigan half.
He's had a big season, hasn't he, Junior Moores? What a player. He's been absolutely fabulous in a season where Dennis Solomon is probably getting all the headlines along with Luke Gale. I think Junior Moores is absolutely crucial to what this Castleford team want to achieve today.
Well, they're trying to make things happen on that right-hand side with Sam Tompkins leading things off there, but it's back towards the middle. It's a big pack as well. Ryan Sutton playing in the second row for Wigan today. He's been playing right second row for the last couple of games, so that adds a bit of biff, a bit of muscle in there as well, doesn't it?
Boy.
Powell at dummy half. This is Ben Flowers, who survived a date with a disciplinary panel this week, enabling him to play. O'Loughlin with a spin back to Smith, and Smith gets a pass away, and suddenly they're streaking through. Sam Tompkins has got Sargison to his right-hand side. The pass is good. Sargison can't help but score over in that right corner. It's a thrilling start from a Wigan point of view. Minutes played. The referee's already pointing his finger. Sargison the scorer.
Well, I mentioned at the top of the show how important getting their players back, and Sean O'Loughlin is pivotal to what Wigan do. He's the fulcrum of this movement. He goes around the middle, they pass the ball, they go out the back, and they release the second row, which goes straight through a hole that Castleford just didn't number up properly, and Tompkins on the back supporting there, and it's an easy finish. It has to be an easy finish for Sargent. Easier finish than it was for me to say it.
Yeah, lovely play, but again, O'Loughlin comes in, just gives Smith the space. That's a lovely, lovely run. They get so many numbers over here. That's a very easy finish, but so well created by Wigan.
He's going to be one of the England players abroad again next year, heading to Australia for Gold Coast, Dan Sargison. Sam Tompkins just having come back from the NRL, of course. This is his first Challenge Cup game since his return, since the final in 2013. And Matty Smith is tasked with the duty of trying to kick this conversion from a difficult and distant touchline. A gaze of concentration. And here comes Smith to try to add the 2 to the 4. He's certainly given it plenty of welly, but oh yes he has. I thought he dragged it across the face, but it has gone through. The touch judges' flags go up, and Wigan lead here 6-0.
You need to change the goggles you've got on. There's some different goggles out, and they're pretty much straight through the middle.
I tell you what, they do this play all the time. It's repetitive, you know it's coming, but if it's the right delivery to the right person at the end, it's very, very difficult to stop. It's such a simple but effective play. They score so many tries from it. They just pick the right runner, and Sutton just cruise through the gap.
All about the execution, Jiffy.
Yeah.
If people show up in the right places, they're pretty much guaranteed to have created an overlap because of the numbers that they create.
Yeah, defence has got to be very, very good.
Cries for a penalty for Wigan there, but none given. But Sargison has stayed down, looking a little heavy-limbed at the moment, but Wigan in possession and looking to bring it clear again, looking to batter their way down the middle. Mossop puts his big weight and determination behind that latest drive. And here's O'Loughlin. He can do the fancy subtle stuff out wide, but he can also put those big minutes in down the middle as well. Smith kicks away behind the 40. So are we going to see a first touch here for Solomona. Well, it's going to be Luke Dawn who collects it off the bounce, but here is Solomona, but a chasing Wigan wall should not let him through, and it doesn't, and Castleford start from here.
Well, Jiffy touched upon it. Michael Monaghan, Luke Dawn and Dennis Solomona. That's a pretty impressive trio bringing the ball back. Wigan themselves, with Charnley, Tompkins and Don Manfredi, don't lack prowess in that department as well. It may well boil down to which back three has the best day today.
Well, there's Minikin getting a touch there, and Luke Gale with a kick from behind the 40 again, but it's just stuck in the corner. So Sam Tompkins has to pick up, and a bit of heavy labour for him to do as the Castleford line chases, offers it on to Charnley, but he's wrapped up and put down.
Yeah, an early kick by Castleford, trying to the 40-20. The pitch is a little bit wet. It's a new pitch, only 5 weeks old, so they were watering it very heavily before the game, so it could, you know, skid into touch. Maybe that's the ploy.
Sargentson looking wide. Here is Oliver Gildart. Will be in the company of his dad a little later, by the way, Ian Gildart, because he's going to help us, along with the Castleford legend Bobby Beardmore, with the draw, the semi-final draw, when we finished here. O'Loughlin, just inside Castleford territory. A kick by Williams. Fullback and winger close in. It's Solomona who collects it. But again, it's an efficient chase by those in cherry and white.
And again, look where they've completed the set. It's a lovely kick, good exit, and now it's in their own 20 once again.
It's Dawn. Castleford will be hoping that they might get a penalty here to lift their efforts to get downfield. Minikin. Wigan just smothering them at the moment. But here's a fellow who can make a difference, Junior Moores. Not this time. McShane back inside, and Jewett, who lives just up the road from here and broke Wigan hearts a couple of years ago when Castleford came here and won on their way to Wembley, and they do get that penalty they were hoping for here, Cass.
I think the discipline aspect of the game today is very important, particularly for Castleford. If we can get caught out, giving them free field position, I think it will be a whole lot easier for the side that, in essence, are the underdogs. You know, they need every break, they need every 50-50, they need everything to go their way. But in my mind today, because Wigan are very structured and organised when they're playing at this stadium.
Well, here they go.
You look at last night's result, you know, a few errors, discipline, given field position, a penalty won the game at the end.
Larne Patrick, who was at Wigan last year on loan, and now full-time at Castleford. It's Massey, 10 metres away. Castleford with their best field position so far in this cup tie. Gale, Dawn trying to add his...
Great tackle.
That's a great tackle.
Brilliant.
I thought it was over.
And I did. He runs late, so well done, creates the extra man.
Well, it was a very messy rut, wasn't it, around the play double, so it inevitably results in a penalty here for Cass. They're going to have another set of 6.
Yeah, they were complaining there. It wasn't a very well taken play, the ball.
Here's Gale. Massey. Setting the platform again here. Options right and left. It's going to be McShane, who picks up a dummy half, goes to Jewett, Jewett to Millington, Millington brings on Dawn again, Dawn with a delayed pass to Ben Crooks, and Crooks is over the line.
Great defence.
But I don't think he's got it down. No, he hasn't.
Brilliant defence once again. Great play by Castleford. They created the extra man. Luke Dawn is there again. He just offers so much. He's so quick. You can't allow him to run across. He sucks defenders in. Brilliant play by both sides.
Millington. He can do that job as well as playing the pivotal role. McShane running away from dummy half. Here's Gale. Gale's offering it back on the inside to Moores, who's destructive, but he offloads, and back it comes towards Jewett, who throws the dummy pass, and Millington's hands let him down.
You just picked him up, Dave.
With all the pressure on.
You said he was the best player in the world, and he'd come and spilled in lollies. He was through there as well. But Dawn had done the job again, and gone at the line and find an opening for Millington. He just had to pump. Jewett does real well, passes the ball on. Yeah. He catches and passes there, and he got a great opportunity of the Castleford team.
Yeah.
Well, he's got every reason to try and get back to Wembley this year, Grant Millington. He missed the cup final 2 years ago when Cass got there because of a knee injury. So he's got that extra hunger, that extra drive. But it is Wigan who lead at the moment with 12 and a half minutes played.
It's a huge Cardiff, but it's a fantastic place to play. Memorable day in anyone's career.
One away! We're being hold! Move away! Hold it! Hold it!
Powell looking inside, and Wigan looking to their outside backs to get them a few extra yards here. Manfredi with that initial drive, and here comes Gildart now.
That's good play by the Wigan backs.
Penalty.
Well, just for our viewers, he was going to ping in the time before because they were hanging on in and around the ruck with the Castleford players. He was just looking, was the referee, Mr. Campbell, just to give a penalty, hanging on for dear life there, wasn't he, Jewett?
I think it's very difficult for some of the forwards when the backs take the ball up, and because they are quicker, they get up, they try and play the ball quicker, you know, they try and hold them down, and that's where the penalties come from.
Here's Willie Isa for Wigan. Drive number 1, 5 to go. They're lining up here. Ball's going right. They make no secrets of which way they're going very often, Wigan. Taken in by Flower, 20 metres away. Sam Powell spinning it left here. Williams involved up to the line and back to Tompkins, who puts the dummy on and shakes off the attempted tackle of Millington and will slide along that plush green surface to score Wigan's second try. And already they're getting a stranglehold on this game.
Yeah, and he's getting there, isn't he, Sam Tompkins? His form is getting better and better. He's always had awesome strength, the ability to pull his hips and his legs out of tackles to create the break. He picks out Millington there and just puts it on the afterburners, and Millington, whether he slips or just can't quite get there, but he's busts through the tackle. Williams releases him and he just can't get there. Millington goes far too high.
That is the one huge disadvantage when you've got a prop stroke standoff playing. You expose him one-on-one, and whatever you do, you've got to get a good hit on this kid. He is deceptively strong, very, very quick. You've got to get a hit on him, and that's the problem. If you're a yard off, you're stretching to get for the neck and you're away.
Well, Sam Tompkins made his debut in this competition when he scored 5 tries against Whitehaven back in 2008. And Brian Noble remembers that day because...
I was the coach.
You were the coach. You picked him, didn't you?
I did.
That's where it all started. Matty Smith with a much simpler conversion attempt this time, right in front of the sticks. This shouldn't cause any problems. If he's kicking on from out wide, he'll kick him from there. It's 2 out of 2 for him, and Wigan lead here by 12 points to 0.
And again, it's, you know, basically 2 missed tackles, 2 tries. You can't afford to do. We said the finishing prowess of both sides. Just watch, he loops at the back, you just watch him at the back. It's a late ball out the back. He shrugs off the tackle because he just can't get there.
Sean Wayne in deep conversation. He's not too far away from where we're standing at the moment, Sean Wayne.
I don't think he was very happy in the pre-match interview when he was saying that Castleford were talking themselves up and wanting to win this competition. So it's felt a slight edge in his answers.
Oof. Wigan muscling up again here.
Hold it, go, mate.
Castleford needing a response quickly. Needing to get themselves in the game here. There's just a little hint of a danger of Wigan running away with it in these early stages with that 2-score lead that they have just now. Williams again with the dummy. This time he is dealt with and dragged down. McShane, the defender. Isa, back it goes to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin to Tompkins. Sam Tompkins wide to Sargison.
Stretching him at the moment.
Matty Smith on the 6th tackle will send it steepling it high. Monaghan underneath it, and a very, very safe pair of hands.
Great take.
He cuts them 99 out of 100.
Had a bit of a hamstring injury, hasn't he, Joel Monaghan, of late?
Yeah, it's restricted him a little bit, but you put yourself out on the field and the opposition aren't going to let you off a little bit because you've got a hamstring injury. If they think it's a fault or a flaw, they'll pepper him.
Yep.
Is that what happens?
Of course.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's a terrible game. Ruthless.
If someone's hurt or tired, you just run at him.
Do you?
Yep.
How rude. Castleford on the 5th tackle. 1 tackle to go here. McShane. Back to Gale. Gale sends it downfield. Tompkins this time shouldn't be under pressure and isn't. Catches it, looks up, sees what the options are and realises he's just going to have to run it straight at that line and take the tackle here.
At some stage, Cass are going to have to break the bank, and what I mean by that is they're going to have to be a little bit more expansive, because I don't think going arm to arm with this mob, particularly Wigan, they'll come off best, because they're just a big, strong machine when they want to be. Carries like this from their outside back, Sargentson, they chew up the territory, and all of a sudden they're at your end of the field and you're wondering, maybe we should chance our arm a little bit earlier.
But they haven't had the opportunity yet. I think Wigan's game plan's been very, very good. Just complete the set, and there's a very good kick. And once again, look where he's receiving the ball. They find the grass, the chase is good.
There is just a real efficiency about Wigan, isn't it? You watch a real efficiency about the way they're playing.
Yeah, that's a great word to use in relation to how they go about their business.
Here's Gale. It's up to Castleford to disrupt the rhythm. But at the moment they are being stifled. Monaghan pops up on that left-hand side. In the centre's position. Now it comes back towards the middle. Penalty for Castleford. Well, that will give them a lift.
Yeah, that will. You know, they seem to struggle to get the yardage, but this now will give them field position. And this is where they need, as Brian said, they need to chance their arm now.
Well, I mean, the last 3 occasions they've been rocking the ball out of their own half. They've had to rely on a penalty to get them anywhere further down the field, because their kicks haven't been as good as the Wigan kicks. They haven't been bad, but they've been pretty neutral, if that's the right word, and this penalty though will give them some decent field position.
There's a double change here, because Patrick and Jewett have come off and Holmes and Tickle have come on. Another penalty for Castleford, back-to-back penalties. The significance of that, Danny Tickle, an ex-Wigan player of course, and Oliver Holmes playing his first game for 15 weeks. I think his last game was the match here, the league game here.
He's a good player, Oliver Holmes. If he's anywhere near fit, he'll add a lot to this Castleford team. And when you think they've lost Roberts, they've lost Shenton, Webster's not playing today, Andy Lynch, who's a linchpin literally for their team. So they've manufactured a style of football that really, really suits them.
We saw in the last round, when they had injuries.
Here's Gale quickening his step, and the pass is a good one, and Solomona! Is it one of those rare occasions when Solomona's been given an opportunity and might have spilled it?
I think Sam Tompkins,
in back play, has Luke Dawn been critically injured here?
Well, I think
the referee wants to look at the shoulder charge. The grounding, lots of issues here. So let's hand it over to our video referee, Robert Hicks.
Good luck.
So it's no try for touch and go, but we're just going to check whether there's this collision, whether it's possible shoulder contact or possible high tackle. That looks okay, although off that angle it just goes off the screen. Have you got that slower? That's a bit tight for me to see. I could see it from the other side if that's possible, please, and slow if we can. It's come down and there is contact with the head. Yeah, the first one's the best one, please. It's off the shoulder first. There is some contact. So Dawn has the ball. As he offloads, there is a tackle, and then there is some contact with the shoulder with the head, but it's come off Dawn's shoulder. So it will be a penalty if it's not a try. Can we now check the grounding, please? So we're checking the touch and goal. Solomona has the ball in his hand. So Solomona has it still. He's in the air there. He's still in the air. Then he's touching goal, so it will be no try. He's touching goal, but the first offence is a penalty for a high tackle against Dominic Manfredi. So no try.
Well, there's a full and frank explanation. No try, quite clearly, but the high tackle is going to give Castleford a penalty here. What about that tackle from Sam Tompkins?
That's what I was trying to get in on. Sam Tompkins and Sargentson somehow got across and stopped. So we're just doing a big piece at the top of the shot. Brilliant this guy is at getting into the corner, and boom, they come across and whack him into touch. That's a fabulous. 9 times out of 10 he scores them.
I don't think Manfredi's tackle is foul play. I think it's a man and ball tackle. He tries to get it. He wraps his arms around the ball carrier. Luke Dawn takes the hit and offloads. I think that's play on. in normal speed. That is a brilliant tackle. Two great tackles. Great play by Castleford by giving that opportunity. Great play all round.
On the line, stand.
And
Really.
after all of that, it remains 12-0, but Castleford in an excellent attacking position here. What do they make of this now? The crowd's fired up a little as well, isn't it? Oliver Holmes with an early carry. As far as his inclusion in this game is concerned. McShane back to Millington. Millington can't get it away. It's a good effort in defence by Willie Isa. Luke Dawn fully recovered, dodging, almost ducking underneath.
On the line, Lee. On the line, 3.
See, Joel Tompkins is on the field. He's just made that tackle. Tickle again now. It's a loose-ish pass. It's picked up by Holmes. Gale. Options closed down. They just wrapped around him.
Good play, Sargison. Spots the problem, closes Gale down.
Tickle. Barging it in. And this now will be the last play in this set. Gale again, flicks it through, taken by Tompkins, takes the tackle. Is he back in his in-goal area? Yes, he is.
Good play.
So it's a drop out underneath the sticks.
Great last play from Gale, because they couldn't get through this magnificent Wigan defence, you have to say, on both edges, closing the players down. First on Millington and then on Gale. And then the kick comes through and Tompkins sweeps it up, but great chase from Gale on his own kick to complete the tackle and the goal line dropout.
And that's what they have to do. You know, they've been knocking at Wigan's try line, but the defence has been brilliant. So they have to try and have repeat sets and run against a tiring defence.
There's loads to admire, isn't there, at the moment? Smith, that's a long kick, but Tickle back and collects and looks up and runs it back.
Oh, that is a rib tickler. Flower.
Gale, Holmes. He was with us on BBC Radio on Thursday night, Oliver Holmes, and he was saying he'd be playing this match on adrenaline, having not played for 15 weeks. Well, that match fitness might be missing, but adrenaline gets you through on occasions like this. McShane, left to Gale. Gale up to the line and thrown out wide to Dennis Solomona, but it was a wild forward pass from Luke Dawn, whose space was closed down very quickly.
And again, it's very good play by Sargison. He spots it, runs in, puts the pressure on Dawn, who throws the forward pass. But I do like this player, Dawn. He is just such an exciting full-back. The threat when he comes into the line is very, very good.
Let's keep going, Cass, heads in, second roll.
He might have just been better trying to hit the centre there, because he's gone for the big, but he got spooked really. Sargent, as Jiffy says, it was a really up and in play from the centre that made him pass the ball early.
But he's done it a few times now, Sargent, and he reads the play. So Dawn's got to just give himself a little bit of depth now to suck Sargentson in and get someone on the outside of him.
Don't forget, by the way, the draw is on after this game has finished. Semi-final draw, Hull, Wakefield, Warrington and Wigan or Cass, and a Rugby League Forum as well is on after we finished here. Contact us the usual way, hashtag BBCRL. This is Ryan Sutton.
4, Junior Luke, move!
Up to the halfway line. Powell is dummy half. Smith, Tortai, on from the bench. He's only started once, hasn't he, in his Wigan career, Talima Tortai?
I think he's what you call an impact player then, Dave.
Yeah.
He looks like an impact player, doesn't he, with that, the hair bobbing around on the back of his head. He,
Keep it low.
a real eye catcher in that respect, at the very least.
1, away Wigan! Hold with me, hold it, George! Come on, go, play on.
Castleford again.
2, Joel! Releasing Joel.
You can see just dominating territory and the rest of it, but they're very much behind on the scoreboard by 12 points to nil.
Away Willie, 3, we meet 3, go.
Millington
4, move Sam!
bumping it in.
Go, with it all.
Couple of tackles still to go. McShane goes out here and throws it back to Gale, who was calling for it, and now they've got a few numbers again, and Dawn to Minikin trying to cut back inside. There's so many Wigan defenders around there. You could see his arm free to try and get the offload, but it was never safe. So the last play, but a knock on from Greg Minikin before he can play it.
But again, as Brian said earlier, that is the way to play against Wigan, especially when you've got someone, you know, like Gale and Dawn there working together. They're getting the yards out wide. They're not getting any change in the middle against the Wigan pack. There's the mistake.
So welcome time off here.
Come on, Wigan.
Both sides' point of view. Luke Gale just putting a finger in the air to his teammates. 1 minute, one big minute here.
Make sure you get into them,
Let's
fellas.
keep them
Let's
here,
back it down.
will be the call
Willie,
from that
get in.
Castleford defence.
Yeah, let's go. Time's on, time's on.
19 times Challenge
One away,
Cup
Cass.
winners,
Move.
Wigan.
Hold with me,
It's a
forward, hold
record.
it. Go, one.
And of course they wrote their name large in Cup legend between 1988 and 95 when they won it 8 times in succession.
I think Brian and myself were on the wrong side of those as well.
Three. All the way for 3. Go.
There was a time when you'd start a season asking the question, I wonder who'll be at Wembley with Wigan this year.
We need Cass.
You always sit there watching as a player, hoping they get knocked out.
Oh, you got signed for Wigan.
Yeah, if you played well against Wigan, they usually sign you then.
Come on, Cass.
6th tackle coming up. So Matty Smith will send it downfield. And it's out of play, is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? It will be now.
20.
Didn't you play them in a semi-final once, Brian?
You're going to remind me about 72.
70, I think it was 71. Andy Gregory drop goal in amongst the rest of the mayhem. 71-10.
At what point of the game was that drop goal?
I don't know.
It was 16 up, wasn't it?
No, they went 1-0 up, I think.
1-0. And then one added the 70 later.
Yeah, they were in a tough game for about 3 minutes.
Come on, fellas, let's work for
This game's about opportunities at the moment for me. I think Wigan have had 2 and executed when they've been in the right parts of the field. And we've seen Castleford here who are trying to be expansive. They play a super brand of football. They had Luke Dawn on the left-hand side that couldn't quite get over, and then one on the right-hand side. So you have to take your opportunities and execute your plays at the right moment when it's trapdoor football.
Here's Gale, and he pops it over the top, and suddenly Minikin's got a bit of space in which to run. Solomona's cut back on the inside, but Minikin trying to bustle his way through. He's stopped.
That's
30 out.
That's all about reading the play. Dawn was there again. They missed him out. Sargent was in.
Tickle. Trying to go down the middle. Danny Tickle.
Powell
and Tortai holding on.
5 and last, Luke.
6th tackle, Gale sticking it up towards his right-hand side. Charnley's underneath it. Monaghan was blocked out by Gildard, but they're going to follow up and push Charnley.
I think he stayed in the field of play there.
Yeah, stayed in the field of play.
That was a brilliant kick, right? But very, very good play. Also by the Wigan centre.
Just keep him down. I won't react, but keep him down.
Looking after his full-back.
Penalty here.
Gildart, and this is the...
That's the going, Josh.
Called it a high shot, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It was clumsy tackle there. And, you know, there wasn't... Well, it's a penalty, so they can clear their lines.
Here we are, Matty. On the mark, Matty. Let's go.
So Matty Smith will find touch.
Next line, Cass.
Touch judge Mr. Martin will wave his flag to say
Keep it low.
game restarts on the 20-metre mark. And that's a big hit on Willie Hyson.
Good shot. I felt that one here. Millington.
Keep it low.
Getting involved again here, Grant Millington.
2, releasing.
So he puts a big shift in Millington, especially when he's expected to make the attacking play as well.
Oh, Tortai rips a hole through the middle of that Castleford defence, and off he goes. And Dawn slows him up enough, and Minikin to get back and complete the tackle, and out they go to that right-hand side. Tompkins, Solomona's attempt didn't stop him in his tracks. It's taken on by Manfredi. Manfredi still going. 2 tackles in this set to go, and Wigan pressing hard. Matty Smith over the top to Powell. Along the line to Gildart. Gildart trying to make things happen.
Tackle.
Dragged down by Crooks. And now Charnley will go from dummy half and ducks between Crooks and Monaghan and will have the try. That is not the most spectacular try on his CV, but they all count. A really effective finish from Josh Charnley, and Wigan pushing themselves further ahead.
Well, the difference at the moment is the try-line defence. That is the difference. Opportunities are very equal between these two sides, but unfortunately the missed tackle for Cass, and they paid the price for it. Great break, and he's away.
It's Tortai. The impact player comes and makes an impact, and it's just here. They'll be really disappointed. They'd done the hard work, Castleford. They'd stopped the 4 plays, they'd stopped the break, they'd got the damage limitation in order, and then they just let And he says so. They all count. It's 4 points, but it's Joe Monaghan, and unfortunately, Ben Crooks just can't stop Josh Charnley. Gets himself a low body position, and they all count. They're all 4 pointers, whether he just dive over from dummy half. But they're coach killers. They're team killers. Teams don't like conceding those kind of tries. And Jiffy mentioned it about the try line defence. You pride yourself, and we've seen Wigan on both sides of the field desperate. You have to be desperate if you want to go to a Challenge Cup final.
I think Darrell Powell will be disappointed, and that's the only thing that Castleford let themselves down in, is they've missed 3 tackles and they're 3 tries down, whereas they've created more opportunities than Wigan, but they haven't got over the whitewash. It's all about being clinical, and Wigan have been very, very clinical so far.
So Matty Smith settles himself for another of these. Conversion attempt. It's a reflection of how many close games Wigan have been involved in this year, that not only are they one of the lowest scoring sides in Super League, but this fella Matty Smith has banged over about 6 or 7 drop goals this year.
Well, they know how to win games, what's needed at particular times in the game.
Here he comes, starts it left, drifts towards the middle, stays on that path, and over it goes. 3 out of 3, 18 points to 0 now. Wigan lead, and he might not look it, but he's a very satisfied coach, Sean Wade.
Yeah, they're grinding out the right parts of the field. They get in there, and they'll be disappointed with Crooks and Monaghan, because they'd scrambled their lives away, hadn't they? Every member of the team had got back onto their goal line. They'd stopped one play and probably were expecting the kick and clocked off.
So really important that Castleford score next from their point of view, and from the game's point of view. At this stage, this is a recoverable position, but they can't allow Wigan to grind on from here. Sargison ducking.
Yeah, I think the next goal is crucial in this match.
Joel Tompkins to Matty Smith, and here comes Williams, and now it's a chance for Gildart to take on Ben Crooks again. It's a fascinating little subplot to the game, isn't it? That little battle that's going on between those 2 young English centres.
Gildart's winning it at the moment, and that's just at the moment.
That's it, look where they are again.
Tompkins.
Put in the Castleford half, putting the kick in.
Looking for a bit of space downfield, picked up by Solomona. And he's going back. Oh, he's managed the offload. That's well worked by Solomona in the end, and it means that Luke Dawn can take Castleford a good 10 yards further downfield. Monaghan cutting back.
2, release in, 2. Go.
Here's Gale. Not Millington. It's Cook who's on the field, isn't it?
Matt Cook, yeah.
Matt Cook.
That's 3, Joel, get away! With me for 3 hole!
And Milner is another one who's arrived from the interchange bench. They're working it wide with Crooks. Gildart wrestling him down, and Crooks has lost the ball in the tackle. And it's going to be Wigan's head and feet. They've both got famous fathers. Ben Crooks, of course, Lee Crooks, his dad, and Oliver Gildart, Ian Gildart, his dad. So there'll be 2 proud dads looking on today as well.
Played with both players.
Did you? Who's the best?
It's not very nice, is it? Well, I think Lee Crooks played in Australia a few times for the NRL. He played for Great Britain, has won many games, 11 all, test matches, goal kicks, and so he's probably got the higher profile. And Ian Gildart didn't.
I would suggest that Lee Crooks is the best prop, Ian Gildart the best second row forward of the 2.
A loaded question, Dave, is it?
Crooks, he started life as a second row, remember, and for long periods was a goal kicking second row.
Move for 2, we meet Danny 2.
It's taken on a stride or 2 by young Joe Bretherton. It's a high tackle.
Get away. Danny, keep him down. Danny Tickle, high tackle. Keep him down.
As we mentioned earlier, Ian Gildart joining us for that draw a little later.
High tackle. Stay behind. Stay behind. Massey, which way you going? Right, go on, mate.
And again, no field position from the tackle.
This is crucial for Castleford.
Yeah.
They've got to defend their chalk, this line.
Big moment of the cup tie. Wigan in the ascendancy at the moment. Another try here, and suddenly the hill becomes a mountain for Castleford to climb.
Hell one, Danny, move, Danny! Hold with me, one, go.
Powell
Keep it low.
looking left, and Joel Tompkins
That's two,
will
Matty,
drive it
away.
in.
We made Luke Dawn.
200th Wigan game today, Joel Tompkins, by the way. Smith to Sam Tompkins, Sargison, Manfredi.
Three! Greg away for three!
But
Get
they've
up
still
in,
got
Dennis.
3 tackles to go here. And look how close they are. They're trying to sneak another one from dummy half, but Cass are not going to fall for it this time.
They must have seen a weakness in Castleford's, defence around the play of the ball, so they're having a go at it there.
Tortai, Matty Smith, Williams. Williams long ball to Charlie. Flying in at the corner. The referee's going to ask a question here. He wants to see it again.
That's a try.
Has he got it down?
Good try, Robert.
It's a try. I think Joel
He thinks it's a try. Let's look at the evidence. Robert Hicks, our video referee.
It's the live decision as a try, and we're checking the grounding and the touch and goal stroke touchline. Okay, so from behind, Charlie has the ball in his hands still and has scored. Can I see it from the other angle to check his hand is still on the ball? But that looks as though that's a try from that angle. And on that one, that is a try. I'm happy to go with that, that's a try.
Well, we rather downplayed his first effort, didn't we? But I think we should trumpet that one. We've been talking about the athleticism of Denny Solomona in the build-up here today, but some pretty decent finishing from Josh Charnley on that occasion for his second try.
I tell you, I think they've done their homework and they've looked at Millington playing third man in and they've run at him. And I think, they've exposed his lack of pace as a prop forward in the stand-up position. It asks questions of the outside defenders, and they're hanging on, and it's defending a little bit too tight.
We're just showing the
That's
penalty that gave Wigan the field position, but they go coast to coast, Wigan, so one side to the other to stretch Millington out. He comes in, makes a jump, so they feel nervous to Crooks and Monaghan with big decisions to make.
The two outside men, they can't push because they don't want to expose the inside defence. But then it's the correct ball, and they caught flat-foot because they're defending too tight.
And that little stat that just appeared in your screen there, sneakily, and then went off again, it's worth commenting on. 158 tries in 161 appearances for Josh Charnley.
It's not bad.
That's a decent return, isn't it?
You'd be happy with that.
151 in 160.
158 in 161.
Fair effort, isn't it?
That is. That's what you want from a winger.
Matty Smith has just made that 3 kicks out of 4 because that's his first miss of the day. But 22-0 Wigan lead now.
Well, I think we all agree Cass need to score next. We said it last time, but I think for the balance of the game, Castleford are a type of team, if they get 1, they'll get 2 and 3 on the bounce and drag themselves into the occasion. They're not in the occasion at the moment. They're being bullied. I think that's the right expression. They're being out-physical. They're just not quite getting a grip with it. And they're making a few one-on-one errors that are causing them even more problems. So, got to get themselves on the scoreboard.
Yep.
Help for one there, Danny, move! Hold with me for one.
Just a really professional, and going back to that word, efficient performance, isn't it, here?
It's held for 2.
Machine-like, which is good.
Yeah. Very, very efficient and very clinical.
Tortai trying to get the arm free and does, and Powell will collect.
Play on.
I think that's the first offload. They've just said,
move.
right, get out, get the yardage, get into a position, get the kick, and we defend.
Keep it low.
Joel Tompkins.
4, Danny Tickle, move, 4, hold it. Go.
Matty Smith is dragging it down the middle. Luke Dawn was expecting the kick to touch, so a second or 2 is used up as he turns and runs back and gathers it in, which allows those Wigan defenders a little bit of extra yardage downfield, and Dawn sees Castleford starting there 30 yards out. Minikin.
I just feel they need to get something just before half-time for confidence. As I've said, they've created
Well,
another penalty. We've got
they
a
have
field position.
have a penalty here, so
Keep your hands out, Ryan.
their next set will be played in its entirety inside the Wigan half. Very nearly inside the Wigan 20.
Ryan, just keep your hands out, mate.
Minikin. And here's Tickle.
That's one, T away!
But 5
Jimmy,
more
let's
tackles to go. Adam Milner
Go.
is in at dummy half, looks to his right, and it's taken on.
That's 2, Sam!
Matt
Sam,
Cook put
2,
down.
Jimmy, Joel, hold.
Milner again. Now Gale. Skipping and hopping to that left-hand side and trying to bring them on. Minikin crashes in, but Wigan's defenders are waiting for him in
3,
numbers.
On the line, Wigan! On the line, T! 3, get up!
Milner. Hurling it back to Gale. Tickle. The advancing
That's
O'Loughlin.
4, Sean. Sam, on your
Puts him
line.
down.
Sam, 4.
Milner again. Millington. Dummies.
5 and last set, George!
Last
5 and
tackle
last. 5
in
and
this
last.
set. Gale kicks it high and wide. Oh, and it's taken superbly by Manfredi.
I think, as I said earlier, I think 4 very competent wingers on the field today in attack and defence.
2, leg away! We mean it hold, 2.
I think that's the last chance they'll have. I don't think they'll have another set.
Oh. I was going to say there was a potential for that being high. The referee says yes, it was high.
Yeah, I think he just pulled out just in time.
I've told him, Matt.
He rushes in, just what? Yeah. Oh, hang on, take your pick.
That's it. Doesn't matter, Matt. Let's go, pal.
So Matty Smith in no hurry to find touch on that far side.
Well, they're going to have one set, aren't they, again, no Wigan.
Danny, come on.
22 points down. You cannot
Keep
afford
it
another
low,
try.
keep it low, Cass.
It's Sutton
Help for one, Matty, move.
with the
Danny,
initial
remain,
drive.
Get up.
Powell. Now Tortai. Along to O'Loughlin. Pushing away Tickle. But they come in for more.
2.
And you're looking at the, you're looking at the stats. This should be a far closer game, but because they've been so clinical, that's the difference. Just do 22 points. Castle played well, but just missed their opportunities. Great defence and missed a couple of tackles.
Williams. There's a couple ahead of him advancing. Sutton, who he has to dodge and avoid as he continues that run. Still a couple of tackles to go here. Tortai taking it in.
Play on.
Down he goes.
5 and last, Wigan.
Last tackle.
Play on. 5.
Back he comes to Matty Smith. He's going to go for a drop goal. Matty Smith. He's adding to his collection. No, he's not. He's put it wide.
Yeah, just
It'll be
pushed it.
Tap back on the 20 if there had been time. There isn't time. And Wigan end the half with a 22-0 lead. Very nearly the extra point. But it's not to be. But I'm sure Matty Smith will not be too downhearted about that missed one-pointer, because otherwise Wigan have been very, very good in that first period. Let's hear now from Damien Johnson, who's chatting with Sam Tompkins. Damien.
Yeah, Sam's with me. Back on the score sheet in the Challenge Cup for a long time. First time in a long time. Are you good value for that lead at half-time?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've been the best team that half. Not counting for much because Castleford are a good side. We saw when we played them away only a few weeks ago that they came back strong second half. So, you know, when we come back out onto the field, we're coming back with a 0-0 mentality.
Thanks, Sam.
Cheers.
Luke Dawn is here as well. Luke, how do you break down this suffocating Wigan defence? Take some risks in the second half?
We're just going to keep hold of the ball, not give some penalties. We're good enough to break them down. They're doing some really good scrambling, but I think the more we're down there, we'll score points and we'll make a crack at it.
Thanks, Luke.
Well, let's have a look at the graphics from that first half. And Ashton, you wouldn't almost think that it was 50-50 possession, would you, when you see the scoreline?
Not at all. But you have a look at the big one for me is set completion, 95%. When you're completing at 95%, you're giving your team the best chance it can to win, and that's why Wigan are up 22-0.
Right, are we looking at the ruthless Wigan we've come to know and love over the years?
Well, it's a machine, and they're not being helped by the fact that Castleford are missing one-on-ones. In small parlance, basically they're too big, too strong at the moment, Wigan. They've got to muscle up a little bit in the middle of Castleford, because the one-on-one breaks in the arm wrestle type of game We saw Luke Dawn have an opportunity on one side and Millington didn't take those opportunities. Every time Wigan have been in the red zone, if you want to call it like that, the attacking zone, they've executed their plays. They just look at machine-like and efficient. They've gone through the process. They've kicked the ball. Williams has kicked the ball really well. Matty Smith has kicked the ball really well. And they've pounded Castleford into submission, got to the right parts of the field. So it's for Castleford to do something about that.
Robbie, let's take a look at the first try. This was classic Wigan, wasn't it?
It sure was. The setup is absolutely brilliant. McMeekin getting back onside late to see him circled there. It means Junior Moores has to tighten up his line and just focus on the Wigan players. And there you see that Wigan setup with lead runner and the player out the back. And this time they hit Sutton through the middle. He then feeds Sam Tompkins very early. And then it's pure, just a simple play out to the edge for the try.
And they did that play the setup. They did that play the set before and hit Sam Tompkins out the back, didn't they? Play 2, they've hit Sutton up short. He's hit Tompkins easy 2-on-1 to finish it.
Well, they're certainly looking at the fact that Webster's not there. He's quite a big presence when he's there and talks to each other. So it's important that he won't get an easier finish than Sargentson, but Ashton quite rightly said it, that had experienced that slightly before, had a crack at that side they've set before, and they got some success on it this time.
We talk about the attack, they're very, very fluent. Their defence, Robbie, has been very good as well, hasn't it? That goal line defence from them.
Wigan always scramble very hard, and it's a bit of a battle of the fullbacks today with Sam Tompkins and Luke Dawn. But you can see for the Wigan defensive line, they want it just that little bit more. The boys are scrambling, they're working hard for one another, and like Luke Dawn said at half time, just as before he came off at the half, they will break them down. They just need to be persistent with it, but Wigan are scrambling really hard.
It's a very relaxed looking Sean Wayne there, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm sure he's very happy with 22-0 at half time, but I'm telling you right now, Sean Wayne hit me saying we're going out there with a 0-0 mentality, exactly what Sam Tompkins said. We want to finish Castleford off here. We want to finish them off well.
We talked about Sam Tompkins before the game. We've seen both sides of him, the attacking prowess, haven't we, but also the defensive.
Not only can he attack, not only can he break lines and finish tries off, he can also defend. But if you watch here, George Williams does a beautiful little line here on A, gets really icy in on Grant Millington. Grant Millington, he just can't turn the corner and go at Sam Tompkins. And I'll tell you what, big fella, it's not a bad thing because Sam Tompkins, he is lightning.
And look at Luke Dawn there. He's just sort of like, as soon as the ball gets into Sam Tompkins' hands, like, okay, it's done. Yep. It's already try time. He's just looking down at the ground thinking, you don't want to give that guy that sort of space. I
also think it's smart from the coach because they've highlighted the fact that Millington's probably not defending his normal position. He's 2 in from the wing, so he's 3 in essence, and it's a 1-on-1 with Sam Tompkins.
Is he a better defender than he was a couple of years back when he left us?
No, I think both sides of Sam Tompkins' game has been exceptional. Actually, in that position there, I actually think Denny Solomona, he could have actually got onto the try line. He stayed too high. He should have dug his nose in and used momentum going along the ground. But great work from Sam. Great scramble once again. The Wigan players working a little bit extra harder means that it gives them the opportunity to come up with those big plays.
Brian, you were wanting to jump in, I can tell.
No, I'm just thinking, we talked on the top of the show about how brilliant Dennis Solomona is at finishing a play, and normally he would finish that. If he'd have gone low early, which Robbie's saying, he probably would have got in, but full credit to both Sargentson and Sam Tompkins. They got there, they stopped it.
What will Darrell be saying then? What is the key for them to get back into this game?
Well, the worry for me for Darrell is that they've only got out of their own half in essence with 4 penalties. Yep. And that's the only reason they've got. So they need to find a different strategy to get them on the front foot, to get some field position. For Castleford can score points. They're likely to put 18 on you just like that, but they don't look like doing that at the moment. That's the worry for Darrell. So he'll be enthusing his players to say, listen, we get to the right parts of the field, we'll get these tins clocking, we'll get the scoreboard rolling, and we're a chance.
We talked about Denny Solomona and his finishing prowess, but it's been Josh Charnley who maybe has become an unsung hero in a way for Wigan. He's off to rugby union next year, but in recent weeks has scored some big tries for his side, hasn't he?
Well, he's an international rugby league player. He's been there, he's done that, he's played some amazing games. Totai there,
top run.
That's an attitude thing. I think we saw Darrell Powell just going off at the players because it's all about attitude. You've got to have the right state of mind, the right mindset to win these Challenge Cup games. And there's a great example of it. Their eyes are all out. They're already looking outside the play. They've not even given Charlie a second look. And when you give that opportunity, when you don't pay attention to your job at hand, that's dealing with the first threat. And the first threat is the guy at dummy half. and they didn't. They disrespected that part of the game, and that's I think what Daryl Powell's doing. It's all about that attitude. Once again, what Nobby was saying there, Grant Millington, if that's the problem that you have when you have a front rower playing in the backs.
It's a great finish, though, isn't it? This is a classic finish.
Top finish, and this is what we're talking about. Just to repeat what Nobby was saying, this is what we're talking about Danny Solomona. But here, Josh Charnley, he's got eyes for the try line. He knows how to finish. He's an English international, and that's how you do it.
My only argument would be he probably should have had it in his left hand and be able to fend with his right.
You're a tough critic.
Like you used to do, Robbie.
Yeah, well, actually, I was explaining I was used to that sort of stuff. My hands weren't big enough.
We'll send you down for some finishing tips, shall we, then, with Josh Charnley. So, Brian, you can probably see a way back.
Absolutely, there's always a way back. You can turn tables, but they need to do something different. Now that Coach Powell's job, he's got to enthuse them and think, well, if we do X and Y, we've got to get to the right parts of the field, whether that's by a kick and a kick chase strategy. We've got to weigh him up in the middle. We saw Tartai making too many breaks. The Wigan pack, for me, are just having their own way. They've got to stop that bullying aspect of what they do and aim up in the middle, the Cas players, and I think they're a chance.
And I think they've got to keep their belief in their attack. Wigan are scrambling unbelievably out there, but they do have the players to break Wigan down. Wigan at the moment are really defending hard, are really defending strong, but Daryl Plough, I'm sure, is just saying, come on, guys, let's keep that going there.
Well, Ashton here is looking nice and fresh because you didn't get beaten up yesterday. You got to sit and watch your team. But Warrington did get through to the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup. And let's see it through the eyes of their halfback, Kurt Gidley.
It's going to be Witness and Reece Hambury to get things underway.
On! Go, Benny! Benny! Win the play the ball! Easy! I need you a little way! Easy, little way!
Here's Gidley. The ball back on the inside, and there's a chance here for Hughes to stretch.
Yes! Yes, easy! Stay in it! Line, hit back! Wait! What's the hit back?
As Sandow knocks on, it's kicked on by Miller. Miller playing the football, picking it up.
Hey, shall respond to you.
Now it's Whitley. Whitley gets away again. Whitley's underneath the sticks to score. It's all gone wide here. Here's a kick for the corner. Kevin Penny is in to score.
Right, Efford. Don't come back there. Hey, 10-minute period here. 10-minute period. Hey, up tempo set. Show and go. We're going to win this tackle. Short sides. Hey, Brown, coming short sides. Man on man. I've got Brown.
Another set to have a go. Dwyer doesn't need 6. He just needs 1. Brown. Dummies. And then it's to Houston. Houston back to Brown. Brown over the top. Robson will score. That's a very good rugby league try. Sandow. Putting it high. Forward comes Hanbury. It's been dropped on by Cahill in an offside position.
Yeah, mate. 2 it is. 2.
This is pretty big. Puts this one over. Warrington might have 1 foot in the Challenge Cup semi-final, and he has put it over. This is the last play. Brown puts a kick through. Dwyer knocks on, but gathers it at the second attempt, and Warrington have clung on.
Cheers, mate. Tough game.
Fascinating stuff. So let's just remind you of who is into the semi-final draw. Wakefield, Warrington and Hull have already booked their places. At the moment, Wigan are in the box seat to join them, but will Castleford come back? We will have the semi-final draw at the end of this game. We also have got a Rugby League forum for you after via the red button, your sports app and the website. Ashton, fascinating watching Kurt Gidley. The guys who cut that said you could have just had 80 minutes on your own. Stop shaking your head at me.
You see when we had the mic on Ashton and we had the mic on JP, it's just grunts and grunts. We're ripping to them. When you got the halfbacks,
to that bit, Robbie. Stop being
like
defensive.
Piano. It's pretty. It's like music. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous the way the game manages and that. These guys.
Mate, he's been
We need
absolutely...
a hooker as well. I know, Brian.
No, I coached him as a half. It certainly wasn't music.
It wasn't much better.
Right, Ashton, off you go. Reply to him.
What he's brought to Warrington Wolves is absolutely invaluable. Money can't buy that. His competitiveness, like we're talking about Sam Tompkins, his competitiveness, his experience and his will to win is second to none. And you know what, you just showed there what he brings to our team and how he keeps our team afloat.
And the guys watching it said he didn't stop, not at all through the 80 minutes. He's pointing, he's pushing, he's moving around.
Yeah, he's like a good cattle dog. He's always getting you up, always making sure you're in the right spots. It's great as a front row because sometimes you get a little bit of tunnel vision, especially when you get a little bit tired. You know, you've got a guy like him yapping at your heels, making sure you're in the right spots, and you know, getting good results like that. Especially that penalty goal at the end. A few fans are happy with that.
I bet they were. An incredible kick as well. Well, the Castleford fans are getting their refreshments in, trying to build their own strength up for the second half. The Castleford players are out a little bit earlier, Brian, than the Wigan ones.
I think Darryl Powell might have been short and sharp and said, boys, we've got to turn around this game, we've got to be decisive and incisive, and I don't think he needed many words to reinforce the fact that they've got to aim up a little bit better in the middle and execute on the fringes. Ashton's quite right, they'll create some opportunities, will Castleford, they're too good a team.
Well, we will let you get back along the gantry to the commentary box to join up with Jonathan Davis and Dave Woods for the second half.
Well, Wigan fans will have enjoyed that first 40 minutes, won't they? Pretty ruthless performance by Wigan. It's up to Castleford now to try and break the cherry and white resolve. The sprinklers, you can see, are still on here. I hope they switch those off before the game begins. New surface here. What is it? 5 weeks and 4 days since it was laid.
Yes. And they've got a couple of seconds before Solomona gets drenched.
Here we go. Denny Solomona suddenly thinks it's raining. He's just gone through a car wash, Denny Solomon. Hey, and they've stopped finally. So here we go. Luke Gale gets things underway. Wigan will have possession for the first time in this second half. What has to happen for the dynamics of this match to change?
Well, Cass have to have a different approach. They've got a chance to have a little bit more line speed in their defence, a little bit more vigour in around the middle so that the Wigan forwards don't get on their front and play the ball easier on the fringes. So I think it's all about Castleford, the dynamics of this game to change. I think Wigan will just want to grind it out as they have been doing at the moment.
Wigan don't need to change anything. As you said, Dave, they've been clinical and very, very effective. I think they need to get, as Brian said at half-time, they need a field position. I don't think they have the pace, apart from Solomon and Dawn, maybe to go the length of the field, so they need to play in the right areas.
Here is Dawn carefully collecting that kick through and hands it on to Denny Solomona, but that wall of cherry and white is waiting again, so no purchase on that occasion. Monaghan now will try to bustle his way forward, but down they go. Milner still on the field. This is Crooks.
Releasing Joel, Sam.
Milner again. Adam Milner looking to tickle, and now Gale, and Gale wide and Dawn, but the minute he looked up he would have seen a large shadow of Sargentson again closing in. And this fella's not had as destructive a performance as he's had against other sides this season. Junior Moores.
I think he's a go-to man. I think, he's got to get more involved. Gale has got to look for him a little bit wider, maybe. Run at Matty Smith, it's the same thing. If you can get the quicker men running at Millington, you can get the larger men running at Matty Smith. So they've got to try and work that out when they get into those good positions.
Well, I wonder what was said at half-time by the respective coaches. Let's get the news from Damien Johnson.
Well, the Castleford coach, Darryl Powell, said we made too many errors. We've got to get our game together, put our pressure game on them. Let's go toe-to-toe and things might happen for us in the second half. For Wigan, Sean Wayne said he wants much of the same. They'll come at us in the second half. He says the first 10 minutes are crucial, but he was pleased how they moved the ball from side to side in that first half.
Away! Hold on! Go.
Powell. Williams herring back towards the middle and dodges and darts and off he goes. Williams has got Tompkins to his left and he's got Monaghan, or rather Solomona, coming quickly in.
Good defence by Dawn and Solomona. They communicated.
Matty Smith on tackle 6 here. O'Loughlin with a dummy. O'Loughlin with a carry. And then eventually he has to take the tackle. Hand over, but on the goal line.
Oh, they blew that. I think they had opportunity. Indecisive.
There's another snapshot of what happened in the first half, really. A little bit of a break in the middle. Williams carries it on and goes quite a ways down the field, and you have to say in the end Solomona saved their bacon. You know, they got back and made the tackle, and then Gale made the tackle on O'Loughlin when he looked like scoring.
2 away!
There's Tickle.
2, hold Joel.
Milner. It's with Matt Cook. With a push and a barge.
3, Joel Tompkins, move! Hold it!
Milner again marshalling up there. McShane off the field still, of course. But Wigan again just working them over in defence, just getting those tackles in, and Castleford not troubling them at the moment. They need to find something here. Gale again. Moores. Dawn. Quickly away. Minikin now with a rush on the inside is Solomona. It was a poor pass. He tried to fly hack it.
Danger.
It's gone to ground. It's picked up by Sam Tompkins, and he can embarrass this defence, given a half a chance. But Luke Dawn with a thunderous challenge to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, that's it. It's all about being clinical. That's the one opportunity they have. Minikin did exceptionally well with the pass inside to Solomona. He did the perfect run inside, but the pass didn't get to him, unfortunately. I think Sargent did well.
I thought Sargent touched it.
I think he just got a hand to it.
And then the penalty. Not sure whether it was for the high tackle or for a secondary effort in the tackle.
Second effort,
yeah.
I think.
So Wigan setting up camp in Castleford's half again.
1 away, Greg! Hold, go.
Powell. Joel Tompkins.
They just seem to be making the yards a lot easier than Castleford. They find their field position so much easier.
5 Wigan players to the left, but they're going to come right again to Matty Smith. Oh, it's a poor pass by him. Well, a couple of opportunities at the start of the second half here for Wigan. You know, if Castleford get a try on the board, they might just rue those missed chances.
They have to be careful. I mean, we saw Minikin making the break, Matty Smith here with a poor effort to the sideline, and that's twice it's happened at the start of this second half, and then we see Minikin make a break on the other. That goes to hand in relation to Dawn on the inside. And you're right, Dave. You can't take this Castleford team lightly. They're a good team.
Yeah, let's go, Luke. It's out.
I was talking to one Wigan supporter at half-time who was very satisfied with the first 40 minutes, but said we haven't done it for 80 minutes so far this season. We need to keep it going. So Castleford will take hope from that maybe Wigan's boiling point might be reduced a little in this second period. Tickle. Tackle, but offloads, and Gale is there to pick it up. But they're not making a lot of progress here. With 3 tackles gone, that looked forward. But it's offside to Lima Tortai. Penalty Castleford.
I think it's a good opportunity. They've got to settle, keep going their patterns. You know, they created opportunities in the first half. They just couldn't finish them. Just keep on knocking at that door. And as you said, a one try could give them confidence. Momentum shift as we saw in last night's game, you know. They looked all over for Witness at one stage, got a great try. Then Warrington had the momentum to come back.
It's a strong initial carry by Crooks there. Millington up to the 20. Back it comes now, Cook spinning it to Gale. And now Moores. Oh, and it's behind Luke Dawn, and is kicked on by Sargison, who'll pick it up. And he tried to offload it. That's gone forward.
Good tackle, though. Had to make the tackle.
Somebody can tell Don Manfredi he doesn't have to carry on running here.
What's that show where they say, look out behind you?
I think he's got the tape round the head, so I think it might have just covered his ears. Might not have heard the referee's whistle.
He's behind you.
Knock on, cast ball.
And again,
Hands
it's
off.
one mistake, isn't it?
Just that execution element. You've seen it. Wigan have been quite clinical.
There we go.
We see here that it's just Solomona just fires at his chest. That's a tough catch to make on the fly from behind him, and
the weight isn't correct.
Yeah.
You need the subtle hands.
Hull have beaten Catalan today, so they're in the semi-finals. Wakefield beat Huddersfield on Thursday. They're in the semi-finals. Warrington beat Widnes last night, so they're in the semi-finals. Special night for Jonathan Davis last night. Warrington against Widnes.
Come on, fellas, let's
Two of
carry
his
on.
former sides.
Having a rest. Let's back our heads in.
He was saying earlier it was nice to walk away from the ground without being abused by the supporters. I think that was less to do with how much they think about you, more that for once you left the ground under the cover of darkness.
Maybe.
Castleford in
One away,
possession
Wigan.
here.
To me, Joel.
Milner
Hold
at
this.
dummy
Hold it.
half.
Get up. One.
Holmes to his right-hand side.
Two. Releasing Willie. To me and
A
Holmes.
try here for Castleford. Just maybe changes the dynamics.
Three. Sam, get off it.
But they're a long way from scoring.
Yeah, they need something to happen.
Milner. Oh, there's something happening. Milner.
Four. Move, Sam.
Tompkins comes in with a tackle.
Get up. Get up. Four. Play off his foot. Off his foot.
Here's Millington, back on the inside. Dawn now. Well, it's bounced off players again. And Gale then tries that very awkward-looking kick, but Solomona has gathered it in. I don't think this is going to be given as a try.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
It's a great finish, whether his feet are in touch or not. He definitely got to it.
well, it's worth a question. Oh, he says try. He says try. Touch and touching goal, so maybe this is the moment. Doesn't look confident, does he? Let's hear from the video referee, Robert Hicks.
So we're checking on touching goal. We've got a live decision of a try. A kick first for onside. If we can freeze it on his foot. Yeah, they're all onside, so we can now just concentrate on whether the ball is grounded before he goes into touch. Okay? So his feet are in the air. His feet are in the air. Ooh, that's very tight. I'd like that slower if I can. The angle is the one I need, but just slower, just so we can see whether the ball hits the line first. We'll check this one as well then. So, the ball now is down. Oh, it's touch. That's his boot, and he's in touch, and he was short of the line. So it will be no try. Oh, just let go with it again, please. Can I say again? His boot. Right. It's that first angle that's the best one, because actually it's the other player's boot that was in touch. So, right, the ball is now down. If we go frame by frame from here, his legs are in the air, so is the ball. So we need to work out which happens first, touching the line with the ball or his line with the foot, his leg. So he's now down. Let's play on. That's play on. Play on. Touch there, ball is short. It will be a scrum, no try.
Well, sometimes we can be critical about the use of the video referee and all of that, but I tell you what, when you see that and you hear that, perfect explanation, perfectly good decision.
Yeah, no try. He did his best to get in, didn't he? But again, the Wigan desperate scramble defence, and Frady and Sargent making sure that Solomon doesn't get in there.
No.
Come back a bit, come back to
Respecting the try line.
Stay on side, heads in, second row loose. Let's go, Matty.
So, Wigan survive. Castleford frustrated still. But there's a hint that they can pack a punch.
Hold it. Go.
It was a manufactured kick from Luke Gale, wasn't it? That kind of closed them down, and Luke Gale can do that. He's terrific on the wrong foot and poked it through left-footed.
Tortai looking to bustle his way through again here.
Three remain.
Three gone. Powell at dummy half. Here's Joel Tompkins.
Four, release him. Hold it.
Powell wants it played. O'Loughlin. Matty Smith and Tompkins quick, and Sargison wanted to be quick. It's gone to ground. It's a knock-on.
First knock-on.
Castleford's head and feed.
Well, Minikin did his job there.
It's gone a little bit scrappy now. It's gone a little bit flat. I don't know whether it's the scoreline affecting both sides. But, you know, there's a lot of mistakes creeping into it. It's up to Castleford now to grab this game by the scruff of his neck, get on the score sheet, get the momentum going, get, you know, the confidence back.
Keep going.
They need to pick the tempo up. It's gone a little bit flat on both sides.
Second row's loose. Heads in, fellas. Let's make sure loose forwards. Heads in. Sam, head in. Wait, Luke. Come on, Luke.
It only takes a moment
Yes, Joel.
to turn things around. Castleford aware of that, Wigan aware of that. So both on their toe tips in terms of concentration here.
One, away. Hold with me.
Milner. Looking left to Tickle. Tickle now. Forward again.
Two, George Williams.
Dragged down. Ben Flowers about to come back on the field down below us. It's with Cook. Millington. Dawn. His space again closed down. Gildart quickly out there.
I think they've done their homework on Dawn. Centres both coming in.
Tickle. Gale. Back to Milner. Here's Minikin. Minikin stepping left then right, but not finding a safe passage. But takes the tackle and gets up to play. Luke Gale. Here's Cook. With a flick, missed his man, but it's picked up by Milner. Millington again. Trying to hold off those Wigan defenders that come swarming around him.
Last Wigan on your line.
Last play in the set. Back to Gale, who's hoisted it high towards this corner. It might be too deep, I think, here, taken by Manfredi in the in-goal area on the full, so it's a tap back on the 20.
That's great competition between those two there. Manfredi, Solomona.
Hold it.
Great telly, isn't it?
Keep it low.
Salmon leaping, weren't they? Pair of them.
One away, Cass. Hold with me. Yes,
Lam Patrick back on the field for Oliver Holmes. Gildart running out of dummy half. So in case you've forgotten, or in case you weren't with us in the first half, his dad will be joining us for the draw later on, the semi-final draw. Ian Gildart and Bob Beardmore.
Hold it.
As soon as this match is finished. Well, give us a minute or two, but not long after the match has finished here.
Move, lad! With me, Adam. 4. Hold it. Hold it.
Powell. Now Matty Smith.
Keep it low.
Sutton.
5
gone, 1 to go. Wigan deep inside their opponent's territory. Out to Sargison, who'll dribble it for the corner, and that's a good end to the set. Scrum down, back on the 10-metre line. Castleford are given all the hard work again to get away from where they don't want to be.
Yeah, if you're going to score, you score from 90 metres.
They just can't quite get in the game, can they, Castleford? They just can't get themselves an opportunity. I think it's one of those days where just not quite making the break. And that's down to Wigan. You have to say that the defence has been magnificent. They've closed everything down on the fringes, and they've been very, very strong in the middle. So
yeah,
whilst one team is just struggling to find its fluency, the team in Cherry and White are just nailing it, defensively particularly.
Cass have been very creative this year, very creative. But today, defence is on top. Very aggressive, very well organised.
I'm glad I looked round there. I was about to sit down and I looked round and the chair's gone.
I would have loved you to have sat down. Our viewers, I would have described it in my best hyperbole.
Castleford working hard again here, but it is hard work. That's the problem. Gale. Moores. Handing off. A couple, but not making too much distance. Gale trying to create space. Dawn inside for Solomon. Oh, and another big hit on Sutton, and I think Sutton's come off second best there. I know.
Yeah.
And there's the evidence.
Oof, just below us there.
Well, it was an accidental contact, wasn't it? There was nothing illegal about this. Solomona coming in, and it's just, head in the wrong place.
Yeah, he just mistimed that completely. Turned into him and got level, didn't he?
He's waggling his legs down there. is Ryan Sutton, or he was just a few moments ago, so he's obviously conscious. But they don't take any risks now, do they? I mean, we always applaud the medical staff at Rugby League these days. They don't even wait for the referee. If they spot something, they're on the field straight away. And Ryan Sutton, I think he's going to be okay. Well, they'll take him off and have a check of him anyway, won't they?
Just watch. Yeah, he rushes in and gets the timing all wrong. Doesn't get it. It's enough time. The space is cut down very sharply. Doesn't get his arms up and clocks one.
6 tackle. Gale will put it high. Tompkins has a watch and has taken it very, very well. And he gets a penalty as well. Just a comment, Brian, about Tompkins' defensive play today as a fullback.
Well, I think he's certainly improved from his experience in the NRL.
Yeah.
Because of the intensity that you have to play out there, you have to make your defensive plays as well as your offensive attacking plays. So we knew his attacking prowess, and if there was ever any question marks, and not overt question marks either, it would be about his defence. But he's come out with some super defensive plays today.
Keep it low,
And Jonathan, you spotted out the tackle in the first half, but under the high ball there as well. Looked very good.
I just think, I think he's played at half-back, so he knows what to expect by playing in the half-back position, what players are going to do. So he kind of reads the situation before it happens. But then defensively, irrespective of how good you are positionally, you have to be brave. And he's put the tackles in.
This is Flower. Taking it forward. Williams jabbing it over the top. If it holds up, there might be problems here for Monaghan because he was being closed down on by Charlie, but in fact pushed from behind by Josh Charlie.
Yeah, I think it's a penalty. He hasn't got the ball when he pushes him.
Yep. Damien Johnson down on the touchline. What are you saying?
Just some news about Ryan Sutton, the young prop who disappeared down the tunnel a moment ago after that collision with Denny Solomona. He looked pretty groggy. He's gone to the dressing room with the club doctor. He won't be back for at least 15 minutes, if at all. He's going to have an assessment on that head injury. They take every precaution with that kind of injury, of course,
and it's a good
the sport of rugby league.
Sorry, Dave, he's a good man with him as well, isn't he? Professor Chris Brooks, who you know very well.
Yeah, world class.
Top of the
Great
field.
Britain doctor, was Wigan doctor for a long time, was at Bradford with me, and he's been instrumental in bringing the highest of standards to the game of rugby league.
Luke Gale just inside Wigan territory. Greg Burke on the field there. We've not seen a lot of game time from Greg Burke, have we? Or am I wrong?
I think it's his first stint on the field, yeah. Are you talking in general or in today's game?
Today's game.
Yeah, I think it's his first goal.
Yeah. Gale puts it high.
It's a little bit too far.
Charlie takes it safely. He's on a hat-trick, of course, having scored 2 tries in that first half. No change in the scoreline since that half-time hooter. 22-0 it remains. Wigan dominant in the first period, perhaps less efficient in the second half, but still Castleford unable to break them down. Williams to Tompkins. Across the line to Sargison. Couple of tackles to go. Burke now will take it on.
It's held, 5 and last on the line.
Last one.
Go.
Last play. Down this short side. Tompkins gets the kick away. Just rolls over the boot of Luke Dawn. Makes his task when he picks it up just a little bit harder.
Keep it low, Wigan.
They're up, the Cherry and Whites. He dummies to the touch judge on this near side.
Penalty.
And he's a penalty, and that's a really cheap penalty to give away.
They've done it a number of times. I think if Sean Wayne was to be critical of his team, that's about the 5th and 6th in that area of the field. So Castleford haven't had to ruck the ball out too many times.
Tap restart. Is there time in the game? Yes, there is.
Oh, it's plenty of time. It's plenty of time.
23 minutes to play. Castleford, though, if they are going to rescue this game, will have to score 4 times in those 23 minutes and not concede.
I think they've got to make a change at 6. Yeah, I think that Millington, however good a ball player he is, at this level now, he lacks the pace maybe against this opposition. So they need a little bit more pace there.
Gale throws it behind for Dawn, and Dawn to Solomona, but he couldn't pick a path that didn't have a cherry and white boulder in the way. Now Dawn from dummy half, flicks it back to Solomona. Here's Minikin trying to straighten it up, dragged down. One more chance in this play again. Solomona, Gale putting it high. Monaghan's after this. Monaghan gets up and knocks it down. They're trying to keep it alive, they've given it away. Wigan back safely in possession.
The scramble defence is brilliant.
Just another example of, they know that Gale would pepper both Monaghan and Solomon, who are brilliant catches of the ball, offensive catches, but Charnley and Manfredi would have been doing extras through the week, because that's clearly a strategy on the Wigan. They've caught for every scrambled ball, haven't they? It's been knocked back, or they've caught it, or Manfredi's out jumped Solomona.
Here's Mossop.
Hold it.
Powell Benz is back again. Six tackles, so success here for Castleford in terms of restricting Wigan's movement downfield. Tompkins will put a big boot on it. That is a very decent long kick downfield as well. Dawn's back there, but he's not going to get too far the other end before those Wigan players will meet and greet.
Hold it.
Well, that's what happens in high intensity games and high pressure games. When the long kicking comes into it, it's 2 or 3 or even 4 plays before the Castleford players are back into a position where they can play.
You look, territory and possession. Castleford are totally dominant, but unfortunately they cannot break this Wigan defence though.
Up till now.
4, George, move George. 4, come on, 4.
Gale then throws it to Dawn. And back inside for Junior Moores, and suddenly he's got the chance to run, and the pass away for Luke Gale underneath the sticks. And suddenly there's a little spark in this cup tie again.
That could be the spark. It's broken field running. They know they can do it. They know they've got the footballing ability, and it's a lovely inside ball. This guy's Gale is supporting. They're back in the game. Shift.
Well, Gale is the reason why they're back in the game.
Yeah.
He provides the opportunity, he provides the ball for Moores, he provides the support play on the inside, which gets them the 6 points.
Well, is that one brief moment in the whole of the cup tie, or is it something that starts something special for Castleford here?
So it's Gale with the pass play to Dawn, who juggles it, brings the inside ball. Moores comes back on the inside, and it's Gale that supports as well. They get an element of fortune. The juggle from Luke Dawn actually opened up Moores coming back on the inside for him. It was his only pitch, his rush, but he got him back on the inside there, where normally he might have played on the outside. Luke Dawn, great support player.
Yeah, lovely ball, doesn't look for contact.
Well, there's an element of doubt about whether the pass was forward or not.
Well, I think it was forward. But sometimes, you need lucky breaks. I think it evens itself out throughout the season. They'll go against you. You've got to take them when they go with you.
Well, is there a little inkling, a little belief flooding back into Castleford here? And there is still time in the game for them to rescue what hitherto has seemed a lost cause. Wigan having so much ascendancy, looking to re-establish their authority in this game now.
2, Lee, move, 2.
Adam Milner is a dummy half, driven straight by Nathan Massey.
3, Ben flowing away for 3. Hold it, Lee. Hold.
Milner. Millington goes wide right, and that was Crooks who was injecting a bit of pace on that far side. And they go to McMeekan, who can't hold off, but he can offload, and keeps it moving, keeps it flowing, and thrown to Junior Moores again. Moores, that's a heck of a pass by him.
That's gone
Hits
back.
Massey, bounces backwards. Oh, and then he said play on, and then he says knock on.
I don't know what. Was that a call there?
Must have been a touch, Judge.
Yeah, must have been a call from the other officials, I thought. But they're starting to offload now. Caution to the wind, they need to do it.
Let's keep going, fellas. Pack it in.
Clint Sharrett, the man with the flag on this near side. Can only assume that the referee thought he could have had a good view of that, but Clint Sharrett had a clearer view and decided that it was a knock-on.
Hold it. Loose. Next hands on.
So Wigan back with the ball.
One away, move away.
Castleford's enthusiasm stymied just a little. They need to build themselves back up again, but Wigan with Sargison driving it down the middle. Powell in at dummy half again.
3 releasing Cass. Hold with me for 3. Go. 4 away. Come on.
Powell.
Hold for 4. Hold it, lad. Hold it for 4.
Is here. O'Loughlin's just to his left-hand side, but he's going wider to Williams. Williams scooting.
5 and last. 5 and last. Come on, Cass. Let's go, Nate.
This is the last play again. Tompkins, they're rushing out at him to put pressure on. Massey got a contact before he kicked. High, Solomon has taken it well. Needs to keep in the field of play and has done. Strong catch, strong take.
The wingers have caught well, both sides today, haven't they? Defensively.
Minikin.
I think he's done well. I think he's played well today, Minikin. He's come in, you know, there's a late change. He's done exceptionally well.
Gale.
Offload. Oh, looking for the offload. Monan's on his shoulder.
There's an extra zip to Castleford at the moment.
4, release him. Go.
Crooks penalty. Willie Isa holding him down, says the referee.
They look a little bit scruffy, if that's the right expression. Wigan at the moment, they're giving penalties away. They don't look as fluent in attack. It's pretty much what Castleford are doing to them at the moment.
I think they're looking tired as well. The forwards are looking tired. I think they've got, like I said, so caution to win, the odd offload.
Hammered in by Lan Patrick. And they've got 5 tackles to go from here. Here's Massey.
2 moves. Sam.
Milner.
2. Yes.
Still a long way back. They still have to score 3 times. Castleford. Wigan still very much with the advantage here. But Holmes on tackle 3. Milner again. Patrick padded on by McShane. Picked up by Dawn. Back to McShane. Pops it over the top. McMeekan carries it one-handed.
For 4. Josh, move. 4.
5 yards out, that's all. Spun back. Castleford right down the middle. Owen. Well, he gave himself up there, didn't he, Junior Moores?
Yeah.
He gave himself up there with the obstruction. Adam Milner running through, took a couple of tacklers out, and it was almost as if Junior Moores thought, well, the referee's going to blow, so I might as well stop.
They had a lot of momentum, didn't they? They thought they were going to creak over the line, they were going to score the play.
Yeah.
Adam Milner offers himself at a hole, and Moores doesn't give it to him, and he gave himself up, Junior Moores, didn't he? He wasn't going to get away with that one.
He did.
Matty, let's go.
So frustration for the coach, Daryl Powell. Danny Orges to his right. Remember what is coming up after this game. We've got the semi-final draw straight after this match.
Keep working, mate.
Hull, Wakefield, Warrington and probably Wigan as it looks at the moment. And coming up after that, the Rugby League Forum. We'll have details of how to get onto that when we finish here. And contact us, #BBCRL is the usual manner on social media. 15 minutes of this game still to go, though.
Still enough time for Cass.
Wigan will want to see it out.
3, release ends. Luke away.
Powell.
3, go.
This is Flower. Back to Smith.
Errors made, only 3. That's
Williams.
very good.
Wider still.
4.
Charnley cutting in, but chopped down. Gildart. Williams. Here's O'Loughlin. Back to Matty Smith again.
Numbers.
Behind Burke and into the hands of Tompkins. And Tompkins rolls it towards the corner. That's a great kick. It needs dealing with. Has not been dealt with.
I think he's missed it.
Well, he had a flap at it, Dominic Manfredi. He's claiming he's got it. The referee thinks he might have got it, but we have to be certain it's a cup tie. So let's hear again from video ref Robert Hicks.
Mate, you've gone with a try, haven't you? Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're looking from the kick anyway first. So, are they onside? On the foot, yes, they are on the right-hand side. So we can just roll with this, please, just to see what happens here. Okay, we'll just check this first. Then the grounding. Manfredi has to get his hand on top of the ball when it's on the floor. I can't really see whether he touches it or not. And then the ball then goes dead. Have we got the other side to see if he... Right, we'll go slow on this. So, does his hand get on that ball when it's on the floor? It looks like he may just put his finger on top of it, and the ball is definitely on the floor. So, slow here. It looks like he may miss that, but I can't prove he doesn't actually touch it, and I'd have to have sufficient evidence to overturn that. I'd need it much slower than that, please. So, his hand is coming down, the ball is on the floor, and you can't tell whether that hand has touched the ball or not off that replay. That's the best one on the slow on that corner. So slow, his hand comes down, that is on the floor, and his hand may touch that ball. If that's all we've got, and I haven't got sufficient evidence to overturn this, because his finger could have touched that ball, I can't prove whether it does or it doesn't. Is that all we've got? On the basis that that's all we've got, it's a try.
Well, we didn't see the Castleford fans' reaction there, but you can guess what it was.
No, I'm
with them. I'm with them.
I'm with the Cas fans.
He missed it.
I don't think he touched that whatsoever. How he's given that, I don't know.
Well, again, we have to reiterate the rules as they stand, is that when the referee makes a decision on the field, the video referee has to be certain, has to have absolutely conclusive evidence to overturn the decision.
So he was there, he missed the ball.
Why just can't he say, is that a try or not? And then the TMO looks at it 3 times and goes, yes it is, no it's not. The TMO said...
I actually like the rule, Jiffy, where they have to make a decision on the field. Because what we see, not that particular incident, I think we were getting to a point when it was try, or was it a try or was it a try? They were handing too many decisions to the video referee. Well, however, going back to that one,
I think
he missed it.
If the referee isn't sure, or why does he have to make a decision? Just go to the video ref and say, is it a try or not? He watches it 3 or 4 times, and he makes the correct decision.
And because you need the initial feel from a referee as to whether, generally, your first impression of whether somebody scored a try or not is a try or not.
I don't agree.
Well, I don't agree with you.
I just think the video ref is there to make the correct decision, and obviously he thinks he can't overturn it there for some reason. I don't understand why.
Well, what I think it also encourages poor positions from referees. They get lazy because they got somebody in the ranks up there to make good decisions. That's the same issue.
Well, that's all about your job. You don't have to be less fit.
Just for the record, by the way, if you take the video referee out of that equation just then, it would have been a try anyway.
Yes.
Because the referee on the field thought it was a try.
Yeah, but I swear the video ref comes in and says it's not. That's the whole point of the video ref, Dave. There you go.
Shall we watch the rugby? 30 minutes left to play. It's 26-6.
Never.
He didn't have anything to prove to overrule the referee on the field. I'm suggesting that he missed that ball by a mile.
And I did.
Are you in the studio afterwards?
So it shouldn't be a try.
You're in the studio afterwards. Talk about this in the studio. We've got a game on here. Let's concentrate.
Good game as well.
Whatever the rights and wrongs of that decision.
Yeah, we'd have a bet the game if you hadn't given the try.
6 tackle coming up. Tompkins spins it back. Matty Smith. And the kick to touch will go beyond Solomona. Just as a final line on that.
Yeah.
It's all about the philosophy of rugby league, isn't it? Scoring tries is about touching the ball down in the in-goal area. And even if he got a feather touch on that, under the rules as they stand, it's a try. But should that rule be changed? Because you've got to have proper control, haven't you, to score a try in rugby league?
Well, he didn't touch it. He didn't touch it.
But he didn't touch it. Thank you. Now you're agreeing with me.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you take that argument out of it. If it's you've got to touch it down properly, he clearly didn't touch it down properly.
Keep digging, Dave. Keep digging, son.
Anyway, 26 points to 6 is what the scoreboard reads. And it's Wigan's name going into the hat for the semi-final as it stands, unless Castleford can come up with something miraculous now.
Hold it.
They thought they had a sniff of a hope when Luke Gale scored on the hour mark. And it's still a battle they're willing to fight here.
They've been better in the second half.
They have been a lot better, yeah.
Gale goes left to Dawn. Dawn pops it up to Minikin. Minikin trying to weave a little path through, but he can't. Solomona.
Going to be a good player, the boy Minikin. I think he's shown some really good touches.
4 movement. Hold with me for 4. Go.
McShane pops it back. Gale hurls it back. Milner. And a straightening up here by Lee Jewett, who lets it go to Luke Dawn. Dawn to Gale. Gale back to McMeekan. McMeekan to McShane. McShane to Milner. Milner goes one way, has a look the other. Runs into one of the big fellas in cherry and white. 6 tackle coming up now. Luke Gale again. McMeekan with a clever little kick, but Monaghan always on the stretch to try and get there. And Wigan get the handover on the 6 tackle.
Well, they're certainly trying everything, aren't they? And you can't doubt Castleford's commitment and effort. And unfortunately, that commitment and effort and bounce of the ball and all the elements of the game have gone Wigan's way today because of their efficiency and their strength.
I think they've got a few more strike runners, haven't they? Wigan, I think that's where the edge has been today.
Total metres, not a lot in that. First 3 tackle metres. 4th tackle metres, not a lot in that. 5th tackle metres. Do you understand all of that?
Yeah, I do. And there's not much in it for each team, so there's the probably telling stat in the end that Wigan have completed really, really well at a very, very high rate. In this second half, Castleford had dragged up their game, and they got a ball here.
Well, there's a set not completed. Castleford have it back again. 6 tackles from here. That was a 0 tackle. Out it comes to Gale, who finds Holmes. Holmes' pass is a little wayward. Solomona will pick it up, but not before.
That's been their Achilles heel today, the execution.
Jewett in a wrestle here.
Wigan with me, Sean. Hold it, Sean. Hold it.
Dawn going down this blind side again. Minikin.
Play on. 3, Dan, move down.
3 to go. Oliver Holmes at dummy half. He and Matty Smith having a little bit of a half and half set 2. Gale looking to launch one, is he? Well, it's gone off the ground to Dawn again. Dawn spinning it wide. McMeekan held up out there.
L for 4, George, away. Hold it, Sam. Get up. Hold it. Go. 4.
Gale. Such a familiar passage we're going through here. Castleford asking questions, not necessarily the right questions at times, but they have a penalty here.
Walk round him. Wait there, whoa. He's in the way, mate. Get him out of the ruck. Short, get him out of the ruck.
That's it, get him out the ruck.
So the tap is taken, and off go Castleford in search of points again. Massey.
Move Wigan. Sean on the line.
Milner's look right and left. He's going to go right. McShane dodges, steps off the right foot, inside ball for Danny Tickle. Has Tickle got there? The ball has sprung free.
A knock on, fellas, over the line. It's a 20 tap.
Knock on over the line. Tap on the 20 metre.
And again, desperate defence.
But it's hard to be overcritical of the casting. They've got a chance there, Arm. The one-on-one line, Patrick.
Just needed to
get it over his head.
Yeah.
And that's grip on the ball. If you're being technical, he just couldn't quite get it over his head.
One away, Lee Jewett, away! We me!
That wasn't a play the ball, but the ref says interference.
Josh, get behind him. When you're ready, Sam, let's go.
Very different emotions here today for Lee Jewett than they were a couple of years ago when he scored that effectively match-winning try to take Castleford closer to Wembley. Well, he went all the way that year, but they're falling at this hurdle this year. It's Wigan who are galloping on.
Away. Hold it! Move! 1, go.
Sargison. Matty Smith. Lachlan. It's with Williams. Williams threatening to cut through.
Away on this line. 2.
Lachlan.
Sam Tompkins.
Tortai. 20 metres away.
3, Luke Gale, move Luke! Move Luke! Hold 3, hold it.
Here's Powell. Matty Smith on his inside here now. Wigan looking for a clinical finish, but the kick ricochets.
Oh,
It's back to 1. The referee says it was played at.
We just
1, move
turned.
next side! With me, get up! 1.
Powell. Tortai, that looked forward.
2, on your line, Cass, move, on your line, 2.
Powell again. Smith at wide. Oh, Williams has dropped it this time.
Yeah, just took his eyes off the ball. Was looking to see what he was going to do before he caught it.
That's why he put a foot out. Have the fucking ball.
Well, I think Wigan have been a bit scruffy in the second half. I used the word earlier, a bit disjointed, a bit as the game been done, but they have been still tough when they've needed to be, and he still hasn't got his 80 minutes of football yet, has he, Sean Wayne? But the first half they were very clinical.
Yeah, 6-4 to Cass in the second half, but 22-0 to Wigan in the first half. That's the decisive influence on the game. Castleford in possession again here, but time has long since run away from them. 6 minutes to go.
Hold it, T. Hold it, go 1.
There's no way through. It's Gale, Minikin. Matty Smith can't keep hold, but there's a couple of his mates there to make sure that Minikin's progress is halted. Gale. Milner.
Play on.
Larn Patrick.
Self 3, move away. Go.
Penalty. And it's all getting a little heated here.
Take it back. Oi.
So have you two picked your man of the match, by the way?
Yes, we have.
Would you like to tell us who your man of the match is, Jonathan Davis?
Well, it's a bit early, but yes. So we think that that man there just walked off the shot for his attack and defence this afternoon. He hasn't done anything wrong. So there's a Ladbrokes man of the match, Sam Tompkins.
Well done to him. And do you agree?
Yeah, he kicked well. I think his kicking game's been pretty impressive. He kicked it long when he had to, a couple of short kicks in there to create pressure. He's drawing the line when he had to do and find the right pass plays, and a couple of superb defensive efforts.
I just think that they've had those players to make those breaks, score the tries, and that's where maybe Castleford's failings have been today. They've created the opportunities, but they've just failed to get over that line. Whether it's great defence or not, that has been the big difference.
Brian Noble had temporarily disappeared there. Look, he'd gone. He was bending over, tying his shoelaces. Wondered where you were. Anyway, Castleford with Patrick trying to push her way through. It's not been a classic cup tie, has it? It's not been a cup tie we really hoped for today. We had a good occasion. Warrington witness. Dawn.
South for 3. Sam, move on the line. 3.
3 tackles to go. Milner again.
4, Sam.
Tompkins is all over him.
4. Hold it, hold your line. Hold it, go.
Dawn. And a step by Gale.
5 and last. Release.
Is that a third consecutive tackle there by Sam Tompkins? Here comes the 6. It's jabbed into that in-goal area. And guess who comes up with the ball?
Brilliant take again.
On script.
Freakish.
Sargison.
Hell! That's 2, Cass. 2. Play the ball. Hold. Go 2.
Manfredi running it out.
That's 3. Adam, move.
Time
3.
running away. Don't go anywhere. Semi-final draw to come.
Hell for 4. Line. Move
Hull,
away.
Wakefield,
4.
Warrington, Wigan.
I'll tell you what, it's
5 and last, Cass. Cass,
I think
move.
Cass have been great in the second half.
They
Well, not
have.
great, but they've been a whole lot better than they
Let's
were. And they couldn't have given any more. I think they'll probably reflect upon this and a couple of things that went against them in the first half. The missed opportunities and the missed one-on-one opportunities defensively, and they've just been great. Here's Dawn, knocked off down the middle.
Showing a bit of his magic.
Don't get off there. 1.
Holmes.
Get back, T. Get back, T. It's okay now, yeah.
McShane. Milner.
It's out for 2. Ryan, move!
Although it's slowed down a lot, they just still kept the defensive line.
Jewett running it in hard.
For 3! Wigan, move! 3!
Milner ranges up a dummy half again. Massey, oh, that's subtle stuff from Nathan Massey, a little dummy and a shimmy, and off he went, but Tompkins up there to meet him, 5 metres away. McShane again. They're desperate not to give anything up here, this Wigan defence.
5 and last, Sam Tompkins, move! Now, on the line, Sean!
And this is the last tackle in the set, 2.5 minutes to go. Over the top, taken, oh, very nearly by Manfredi, knock on, so Cass will get another set of 6 here.
Knock on, yeah. Time's off.
Yeah, again, great leap. Times his jump very well, because usually when you're a defending winger and you're standing under the ball, the advantage is if you're running onto it. He stands back, he waits for the kick, and then, he times it very well and gets the leap.
That's a resigned Castleford bench, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they know their side is beaten now, and have been for a while. Here's McMeekan.
1, Sean, move away! Hold the line! 1.
Milner. Jewett, still looking here, they're still hunting for a try. Get a bit of momentum worked up maybe for matches ahead here, Castleford. Leave with something positive is the hope.
Hell for 3!
There's not a lot Solomona could do with that. He's offloaded but out of the tackle, you would have thought. But it's a steal, according to the touch judge again, I think, made that decision. 90 seconds to go. McShane. Here's Dawn. McMeekan. A little flick up to Crooks. Running back to the middle. What can he find? Only the shoulder of a Lachlan. And a couple more besides.
1, move away! Hold it! 1, hold. Go, 1.
Milner. Massey.
Play on.
Ball's gone to ground. Picked up by Gale. We've looked.
Play on.
McShane. McMeekan. Out to that right-hand side. Monaghan couldn't get there. Gets it back. And I think that is going to be a try, is it? Well, no, we're off upstairs or downstairs or wherever we're going. No try.
Before the offload.
No try. So is the referee's view. So let's hear the video referee's view again. Robert Hicks.
So the line decision again is a try. We're checking touch, possibly on the offload and on the grounding. So if we can watch Monaghan with the ball in his hand, and then as he offloads, see where his feet are. So he's in field there, one-handed, still in field. I think he's still in field there. Have you got the one from behind the dead ball line? Okay, this is the one. Slow, please. So his feet are in field there, and they're now both in the air, both still in the air, and that ball has already been offloaded, so that would be play on. And can I have that, if you've got any slower, just to pause it as he releases the ball. It is that angle, but I'm pretty certain it's okay, that. Right. Yeah, so he's in field, and then both feet end in the air here. So they're now in the air, and that offload has gone, and both feet are in the air, so we're okay with that. We just now need to see if he grounds the ball in the field of play. And as we said, the try was given live, so we'd have to have sufficient evidence to overturn, and that's a try. Angle. Yeah, that's in the field of play. All right, if that's all we've got, again, I'm happy that's a try.
So the try is given. Ben Crooks gets a a bit of consolation.
Great try, Cass. They deserve that, the way they played in the second half. But I just have a quick question. I know the referee gave no try. Is that overwhelming evidence that both Monaghan wasn't in touch and that he got the ball down?
Here's Gale from the touchline with the conversion attempt. Has he got it? Yes, he has. 26-12. Looks a little more creditable as far as Cass are concerned, but they've been well beaten here today. Castleford are going out. Wigan have played very, very well. They deserve their place in the semi-final. The first half they were exemplary. The second half they were good enough.
Yeah, I thought the first half performance was very, very good. You know, they tried their best, but unfortunately it's just the execution and the finishing has been the difference today. A couple of missed tackles by Castleford, and they benefited from that. So they deservedly go into the hat.
So the draw is coming. Let's go down to the touchline and let's catch up with Damien Johnson, who's going to be catching up.
Sean Wayne is with me. I can just gather him over. Sean, congratulations through to the semi-finals. Was that more like the performance you've been looking for the last few weeks?
Yeah, a good 40 minutes. I thought we played well. The second half, we went off the boil a bit, but I thought we were good for the win, though.
The boys in the studio particularly impressed with the scramble defence.
Yeah, I think we did too much scramble defence in that second half. All credit, Cass turned up with a certain game plan to control the play of the ball, and the referee allowed it, and we didn't have enough fight on the floor. So we need to be better than that. We can't allow teams to do that to us because we're not going to get help with the officials. So, they come with a smart game plan and they stopped attacking our way. But overall, I thought we were good for the win.
Well done, Sean.
Thanks very much. Yes.
Wow, that last try, I mean, I know it hasn't been Castleford's day, it has been Wigan day, but that last try was exceptional, wasn't it?
I tell you what, full credit to Castleford in the second half. I think they ended up winning that second half, and great little ball by Ping Monaghan there, straight to Crooks, and it was a nice way for Castleford to finish.
It has very much been Wigan's day though, hasn't it?
It has been Wigan's day. I think their completion rate has been superior, and they scored the points in the first 40 minutes.
Well, let's get straight back down because we can hear from the man of the match, Sam Tompkins, with Damien.
Sam Tompkins just about to receive his Ladbrokes Man of the Match champagne. Congratulations, Sam. What's it like to be back scoring in a winning Challenge Cup Wigan team?
Yeah, it's good. It's it's a special competition, the Challenge Cup, and it means a lot to us. A lot of the lads in this team have experienced it before, so we know exactly how good it is winning at Wembley.
What was the key to the victory against Castleford today?
I think it was just completing. I think the first half we completed at 100%, and that was why we were up. We know Cass are a good team and they score points, but they're also susceptible to being scored against if you keep hold of the ball for long enough. So that first half we were good. Second half I think we were scrappy for about 20 minutes of it, so we can work on that.
Well done, Sam.
Thank you. Cheers.
So Wigan have booked their place in the semi-final alongside Wakefield, Warrington and Hull FC, and we will have the semi-final draw on the Red Button Forum coming up very shortly, and you can catch that on the BBC Sport website, the BBC Sport app, Connected TV, while satellite and cable viewers can watch via the Red Button, Sky and Freesat channel 984 and Virgin Media 994. We'll also bring it up to you also on the website. There is plenty more sport to come still though. On 5 Live you can get Croatia versus Portugal at 8 o'clock tonight. Well, at 10:25 tonight you can see highlights of all of today's matches of 16 games on BBC One. And tomorrow afternoon there's live athletics on BBC One, the British Championships, Olympic places up for grabs. It is a very, very busy day. Well done to Wigan. It has been quite an afternoon for them. Commiserations to Castleford. We will have the draw for the semi-final on the Red Button shortly. The 4 teams waiting to find out who they will be playing, with just one more game to get to Wembley. It's been quite an afternoon. These 3 will give us more reaction. We'll get more reaction from the teams. But for now, turn over to your Red Button. We will be with you very, very shortly.
point, every angle. Wimbledon starts Monday at 11:30 on BBC Two.
Life after Brexit in a Newsnight special in an hour. First on BBC Two, earlier than originally planned, we're heading to Glastonbury, looking forward to tonight's headline set from Adele. Press red to see performances from 6 stages.
Manic. Epic.
Wild.
Powerful.
Heaven.
Expression. Sensational.
Choice. Fun.
Glastonbury in one word.
Inexplicably amazing.
That's 2 words.
It's like the afterlife.
Celebration.
Awesome.
Concentrated.
Mud.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Hi and welcome back to Glastonbury 2016. Saturday has been a very, very good day. There have been some stunning performances which you can enjoy courtesy of BBC Music in lots of different areas. But right now you're going to enjoy a performance from a band who had an immense time. In fact, everybody had an immense time. Just walking around today, you kept asking people who they were going to see, and the vast majority were heading to the Pyramid stage for one point in time, and that was to enjoy songs that they have grown up loving and to have a real big sing-along. So Saturday afternoon on the Pyramid stage was all about the feel-good factor. It was about these immense songs, and it was watching and joining in with a band that you have loved throughout your life. As you can see now, this was a proper Glastonbury moment, almost a legend slot in its own right on a Saturday afternoon. Sit back and enjoy the music of madness.
We're in the first two lines, if I get ready.